In a recorded story, Erich made one of his most beautiful and poignant statements. It was spoken with even more than his usual depth of feeling. When one has been with the God-man, he or she would long to be with him again. The life is not a life that is full of fun, but it is a life full of joy. During those wonderful days of the 1970s, when money was even tighter than it is now, we all joyfully came to Avatar's abode and worked to clear the land and at least make more presentable the overgrown old pineapple farm that the abode used to be. We never thought of payment. We did not ask to whom did the land belong. We did not question why we were doing such work, and we did not feel any possessiveness after completion of the work. If questioned, we said that this land and house is his abode. And remembering the general joy of those days, I can only say we simply delighted in serving him any way we could. We took to heart his wish as expressed in 1967. Bill's objective will be to make Avatar's abode universally known, for it is to become one of the great places of pilgrimage in the world. This is a great burden Barber is putting on Bill's shoulders, and it will be a responsibility of all who love Barber to cooperate fully with him as one heart with many hands. The unfolding of love and beauty is born of suffering. The heart must break, albeit in minute degree, that his abode may shine as a beacon to all who seek truth. Beloved Barber has said, let each Barber lover be a Barber center, radiating my message of love through living the life of sacrifice, love and honesty for the divine cause. Our efforts to fulfill that wish may certainly prove to be heart-wrenching for all of us. Yet that very pain must also be a source of manifold blessings. His many words of advice on working in his cause becomes more meaningful and supportive, and gives us courage to try again and again to work cooperatively together. Beloved Barber knew so well our humanness and warned us often not to let slip our grip on his Dharman. In his gentle counselling, it was as though he allowed for the increased assertion of our individuality that follows from the conscious connection we experience with the Lord. It was as if the wave of his awakening love in our hearts had washed over the dry sands of our sanskaras, and they were momentarily submerged. It was a honeymoon period in this life, an encouraging glimpse of what life can be during that eternal love affair with the divine beloved. I am reminded of beloved Barber's words, remember me. Why? Not because I will solve your problems or change your destiny, but because I give you the strength to fight the battle of life. And this gives much courage for this holy war. And as years went by and the pattern of our sanskaras reasserted itself, We perhaps took renewed note of beloved Barbara's message given during the East-West Gathering of 1962, particularly a part of it. But now you are older and are beginning to realise there is a greater work ahead of you than what you have been doing. It's not a different work. It's the same work done in a different way, and that is the way of effacement, which means the more you work for me, the less important you feel in yourself. I allow you to work for me so that you have the opportunity to use your talent and capacity selflessly and so draw closer to me. When you put my work before yourself, the work will go right, though not necessarily smoothly. And when the work does not go right, it means you have put yourself between it and its accomplishment. The way of my work is the way of effacement, which is the way of strength, not of weakness, and through it you become mature in my love. There are bound to be differences of opinion among workers. That is natural. But these very differences of opinions and feelings of competition and jealousy lead to the breakdown of the very foundation of work. First of all, bear in mind that you should not at all seek appreciation from me or from others. Secondly, do not depend upon anyone or any outside help in your work for me. The moment the worker depends upon anyone or anything, the real work is undone. 1 penny raised in my name without true necessity is dishonesty and will be the cause of millions of rebirths. To love me as I should be loved is impossible, but to obey me is possible. Work should be done as work, otherwise it would be no work at all. I cannot tolerate egoism and hypocrisy. He who works for me does not obligate me, for he works for his own self. If you really love me, even a little, I want your hearts towards each other to be clean. Forget your past differences, clean your hearts, and live for Barbara if you love Barbara. Recently, a Barbara lover told me of his experience at Mehrabad some 20 years ago, more actually, when he went there specifically as part of a team to assist in an important Barbara work project. After a little time, he found that he could not continue to do so because of deep differences of opinion on how the work should be done, and also because of deep emotional conflicts with others of the group. He expected harmony and cooperation, and in his view found neither. He was, needless to say, very upset, confused and hurt, and even worse, sidelined. And he spoke to Erich, hoping that Erich would intercede on his behalf. But Erich only smiled and said, "Now you are having the real Mehrabad experience." My whole life with Barbara was nothing but humiliation and frustration. You came to do Barbara work and found Barbara is working on you. In the world, you will be justified in seeking retribution and justice. But that is not beloved Baba's way. His way is one of effacement. In speaking to resident workers on the world place of pilgrimage, Mayurabad, Mani, Meher Baba's sister and close disciple, said, "Never lose sight of the purpose of your being here. You are here because of Baba. While you are working here for Baba, never forget the real work Baba does through whatever work you do. Each of you is Baba's special work. While he gives you an opportunity to work for him, he is working on you. He uses the work you do to do his work within you. He's quite tricky, you see."